I guess this is our interview. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Anthony Rose, and I am here with the super dynamic Ms. Jennifer Barbosa, live from Martha's Vineyard at Ocean Park. So on the show, I just really enjoy when I meet dynamic people, and sometimes in life, the things we do day to day and our mission and our passion is just what we do, and I don't think we realize that how spectacular it is, and so I like to try to shine a light on that and create a space to just have a conversation about the ins and outs of it, because we know it's not all peaches and cream. So I guess let's start off, you want to just introduce yourself to the people and what you do so I don't mess it up?
Okay, so my name's Jennifer Barbosa, CEO and founder of International Supply Partners. We're based in Atlanta, founded in 2016 on my kitchen table when I was a stay-at-home mom. And we've since grown. Essentially what we do is we leverage our relationships with manufacturers globally. We source and supply medical, office, industrial, construction supplies and equipments. We also manufacture safety gears, like high visibility safety vests, and we are just going into the ESG realm where we're pushing a lot on recycling and refurbishing safety PPE wear so that we can minimize the impact of the carbon footprint, increase sustainability for our clients. And our clients include government entities, multinational corporations, small and medium businesses, as well as healthcare facility industries and construction companies and the like. So just about anything, all of the boring stuff that you need to operate your business.
Hey, no, that's dope. So what, overall, what got you in, how did you take that route? I know earlier when we were talking to people on the porch, you were really diving into conservation and Cape Verde and wanting to be the new, the next Blue Origin, which you will be. But what sparked that initial interest of not only your business, but your overall thought process on just conservation and protecting the planet? Because that's where it seems that kind of seems where it stems from.
Yes. So I think at one point, Cape Verde, where my parents are from, started to become desolate because the land was inhabited, but it wasn't cultivated to continue to reproduce food, and then we went through a period of drought.
Okay.
And so the population started to have to leave the country. People passed away because it wasn't cared for. And so that's one thing. The other thing also is what I learned with our company. A lot of the products that we sell to our customers, how they are produced, were already very earth conscious and sustainable focused. We have biodegradable PU gloves, like examination gloves. We have our high visibility safety vest. One of our facilities is powered 100% by solar power.
Oh, wow.
And then also giving back to the community is a huge thing for us. So even at that facility, all employees have unlimited access to feminine hygiene care products that they can take home to their families. And so giving access to basic things that, some of us really take advantage and take for granted. And then also there's a huge push on sustainability, on community. I really believe that if we make that the status quo in everything that you do, then you're doing good. It becomes, just the norm of operations in business. And I think that's what I've always wanted to. Everything from our staff, empowering them, providing wages where they can live more than just making ends meet. Providing opportunity for people in countries where they otherwise may not have such an opportunity.
Yeah.
Those things, I think, I didn't grow up thinking, oh, I want to have a supply company.
Yeah.
It's more like, this is an opportunity where I can see us making good money and leveraging that to be able to make good impact.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping to do. Like, I really hope that I can do something impactful for others.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you are doing. I think it's just a matter of getting the word out and more visibility on it. But also, I think a lot of that comes into the way that you treat your employees and your staff, right? So they're going to be your biggest sounding board. If they love, they love working there. So, where'd you go to school at?
So I went to Boston College.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Rhode Island. I went to Boston College. I grew up in Central Falls. So that was a huge cultural shock coming from Central Falls.
Central Falls is where in?
Central Falls is a square mile big city in Rhode Island. So we are the smallest city and the smallest state in the country.
Jeez.
And if you know Viola Davis, she grew up in Central Falls. So if you read her memoir about her life experience, that gives you a good picture of what it is. And it was a very diverse immigrant city. Okay. And so, as you can imagine, the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
All of that. The things that we see going on now with immigrants, there was always this underlying fear. Yeah.
So Boston College, and then what did you major in?
So I was chemistry pre-med, and then I switched over. I decided I did not want to be in school that long. That was just way too much. Yeah. Because I worked full time as well. And I then switched over to psychology. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then, when you were switching over to psychology, you were like, "I'm going to be a therapist," or?
Yeah. I was thinking, still in the medical field. I had family members that struggled with mental health. I had my bouts of struggle, and I've always been curious about how and why people think and do certain things, and trying to understand that and hopefully understand myself in the process. But what I learned, psychology is great to really understand behavior and different stages of growth in people, and trying to be more empathetic towards people.
Yeah. What were some of the things that you felt like you learned or that you experienced to kind of help you regulate thoughts or emotions or, things that you were navigating that made you want to go into psychology?
I was the oldest of the girls, and I struggled with, I guess, perfection. Always wanting to be perfect and not disappoint people. In that, I struggled with not feeling like I can be myself in the process. And then with that, I think you become challenged with knowing who you are. Yeah. Because you are conflicted with doing or saying what you think and feel, but being concerned about other people's reactions and thoughts and judgment towards you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and then what was the change? Like, you're confident CEO boss, like earlier you guys said you went to go meditate on the beach, but what was that change where you were like, I got this, or what's a tip you could give on how to work through that?
Honestly, I feel like that was a constant struggle going into my adulthood, through my relationships, trying to understand what I see and what others see. You know what I mean? And that whole imposter syndrome, that's still like a real thing. And, you know, I think, and I know I'm not the only one, but I think we don't talk about it enough. We go through life, we make decisions that maybe weren't the best, or we experience things that we may have been ashamed of, and we can still do all these great, amazing things and still feel guilt or not worthy because of these things that most of the world doesn't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're a glass body where everybody can see. And then also we fail to realize that everyone has their own issues. And so I think living in that, but also when I became a mother, my perspective on a lot of things changed. And, you know, the responsibility and looking at them and the choices that I make and how those things impact them in their lives in entirety. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm fully like confident. I'm confident in the things that I know that I know. I don't know. I still wonder, like, what I see in the mirror, what others see compared to what I see in the mirror, and what we're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it, because it's like when you could look at somebody and be like, yo, it's everything you got going on. If you only did this, you would be, you know, and people, you know, when people be like, you talk your shit, and then I'll be like, I'm just, you know, chilling. But yeah, I think it is a constant thing, and I think that's indicative of, though, when you're passionate and you have a very high level of expectation for yourself, like, you know what you're capable of. But also I think when, like, your passions really, from what I'm hearing, lie in like giving back and making things better. So if our passions lie in giving back and making things better, that means we also want to constantly push ourselves to be better, but we never know when that is never enough. It's always, but it's always a journey. I mean, like being here on Martha's Vineyard, my first year, every year I step on the island, it's imposter syndrome all day. You got to get over it. You'd be like,
it absolutely
I'd be like, I'm the brokest person on this, you know, like you're trying to figure it out who's who.
It really is.
But then I think it's the realization of like, everybody, no matter what level they're at, has their own set of things they're going through. And then just kind of reminding yourself that like each day is a new step on the journey, you know?
Yeah, no, it is. And I think also, especially nowadays with social media and technology, it's so easy to paint a picture of perfection. And we get caught up in that because we'll be dealing with our challenges and we turn on the phone and or TV or something, and we see how somebody else who is doing great, and you're like, well, why? What am I doing wrong? Like, why not me? Like, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I feel like oftentimes I want to share, like, hey, like all of this stuff that looks so pretty and perfect really isn't. And here's what it really is, or here's what it took to get to this. And it's still not finished, it's still not done, and this is just a glimpse.
You're seeing the 5% of the life that's wins. Like it's like 5% of the wins are like 100% of the posts. It's not the other 95%. Like you know, like me
and we don't see enough of that.
we at all.
And then if we do the few times, people are shamed for it.
Like that's true. Like why are you crying on the internet? Why are you doing this?
Don't let them see you cry. You can't see them. Let them see you weep. But then how do other people who are inspired, I saw that coming to my face. How do other people who are inspired or motivated or have this dream build the courage and understand that it does not happen overnight.
At all.
It does not it's not a straight arrow, a straight route, like, and it's ups and downs, curves, stops, goes, you know, all of those things, and we don't talk enough about it.
No, it's facts. Well, I think hopefully that's the point of this a little bit, to get
Yeah.
a little glimpse. So last couple of questions, because it's nice out and I want ice cream.
That part.
For technology, are you implementing like AI in your systems and
Yes.
processes at all? In what way are you doing that?
So I remember first learning about AI and like hearing the buzz about it a few years ago. I think so. My son, at least almost 5 years ago, and I was like starting to try to tap into it just to understand what it is. The first thing I did was tell my kids, you better learn this AI before your teachers figure it out.
Yeah.
You better figure this out. This is your hack to getting your schoolwork done. But then I implemented use of AI, basic, Chat GPT. I require my staff to take some courses on it. I'm taking courses and trying to learn, and I'm having them right now implement AI agents.
Oh, nice.
Into our operations, day-to-day operations. So constantly trying to figure out how we can leverage it, and because it is already being used like in warehouse management and logistics, supply chain, all throughout. And so we have to do a lot of forecasting, anticipation. AI can do a lot of the detailed, monotonous work. Gather a lot of important data very, very quickly and larger volumes that can help with anticipation, strategy, pivoting. So I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out what more that we can do. With our PPE recycling, we use AI to measure what volumes of PPE have been collected and recycled, and trying to figure out how we can continue to grow and build on that as well.
Gotcha. Do you think has there been like fear, like in Hollywood, the fear of AI is it's going to replace a lot of jobs, and people and I'm trying to like reframe it where it's like, well, how do we utilize these tools, especially for like indie filmmakers and producers, to offset the fact that the lack of acquisition of finances or having to ask, we could do proof of concept. But is there a fear at all in your industry of workers being like, well, if they're doing the monotonous stuff, am I being replaced? Or is it teaching them to say like, here's the tools to implement to help you even be more successful at your job?
That's what I encourage them. I said, listen, I do not want or condone you spending time on work and activities that AI can do. I want you to refine, let it do what it's supposed to do and refine it, and then maximize your time and so that we can become more efficient and move faster. I don't anticipate it replacing people. I think it's a matter of educating on how to utilize and leverage it, because you need to know how to prompt. You need to understand the different types of AI programs and platforms and what they do and for what, and how to utilize it. And I think that is what I think is the major skill. And then in supply chain, you still need people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the way I look at it too, and I'm still limited in my full understanding of it, but if it's a large language learning model that you're building out, you want to be able to input data that's specific to your company or your experience or what you're doing. Like I use it for a lot of like my decks and creative stuff. So if you're putting in stuff and information that specifically pertains to what you're doing, it'll help you be more efficient for you, not just for what is pulling off the internet for everything.
Because we all only have 24 hours in a day. You know, and you want something good and clean, and you'll take a long extended period of time trying to extract the vision that you're trying to do, and it's not because of you don't know what it is that you want. It's the minute things that is required, you know what I mean, how to move things in a certain way and balance it out, measure it, whatever. And I think that's how we should be leveraging it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
So last question, I guess, is like, so what's on the horizon? Like, what are you looking forward to, like, rounding out the year with your company? You know, how can people support you? Like, all that stuff.
So I believe I'm entering a chapter of pivot as well. What I want to look at towards the end, finishing off the year, doing a lot of focus in ESG and sustainability.
Well, what's ESG?
So ESG is the environment, sustainability, oh my God, governance.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yes. Environmental, social governance. And essentially it's about 18 points that was put together by a group of countries that were focused on saving the earth and being humans and social impact and justice and community and growth and sustainability. And it's become an adapted playbook for a lot of corporations and governments in trying to even out the playing field and then also extend the life of our earth.
That part.
And so I think that is very, very important. And so we're always looking to find a way to participate and contribute. That's one part. The second part is I've been wanting for the longest time, and I've had a few opportunities here and there to kind of speak and share my experiences as a business owner, as a woman, as a mom, and the challenges that I've experienced, and hope that I can, in talking about international business and the accessibility and overcoming those challenges, but also being real about it.
Yeah.
I think we see too much of the perfection, like we talked about earlier, like everything looks so perfect and shiny and bright. But there's a lot of sweat and tears that come along and we don't speak enough about it. And I feel that I can contribute to help inspire, comfort, help others in some way.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, that's you sharing your journey. We gotta get you on a panel.
I would love that.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out, because I think like you. Thanks for taking the time too. But
thank you.
Yeah, like you have a great story. I think an amazing mission, and then just like, I mean, you're global. So all these countries you're working with and things that you're doing, and I'm like, people got to hear about this, you know, overall. So how can people like support you? Like, is it like global support? Is it like reaching out to the company to figure out how to work with you when it comes to distribution? Or
for corporations, we can do a lot more than just supply. We can consult, leveraging our relationship. So I also sit as the co-chair for the Global Opportunities Committee.
Okay.
And that's under the Atlanta Black Chamber. But essentially our focus is collaboration and transaction amongst Black businesses globally.
Okay.
But with that, we've developed, it's since expanded with our relationships with different chambers around the world, business chambers and governments. And I want to be able to introduce international business to young people and give them that perspective, you know, and also talk about strategies and ideas, and then making those connections. I realize like I have a lot of access that we can use for good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even what comes to mind is when we go to Atlanta to interview, whatever the segment's going to be with Dr. Lonnie Johnson, we could also do a whole segment at your warehouse, right? Like talking about, I mean, from, you know, the recycling to PPP and protective wear, like there's all science within that, right?
It is.
From the movement and the supply chain. So, I guess look forward to that too. I mean, there's a wild world of science. We'll put something together, because that'd be cool. I think to be able to go to the warehouse and kind of show the kids the inner workings of it.
And we did that. We did with about, I think it was about 15 HBCU students.
Oh, nice.
We did a week internship program in partnership with the Russell Center, Rice, Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs in Atlanta, Amazon, and Microsoft.
Oh, wow.
And we took the students, they got to see a virtual visit of one of our factories in Kenya to see what it looks like to see our product being produced.
Yeah.
And then we took them to the warehouse so that they can see what a warehouse fulfillment center looks like and the vast products that we supply and
Wow.
you know how to go through that process. So I'm hoping that we can continue to do that because I think we need more of us in supply chain.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the wheels are turning. Well, it's been great, everybody. This is the CEO, Jennifer Barbosa, of what's the company?
International Supply Partners.
International Supply Partners. And how can people follow you on Instagram? And
So
all that?
you can find me on our business, International Supply Partners, on all of the platforms, social media, LinkedIn, and you can look me up, Jennifer J. Barbosa. My personal handle is Bossy Barbosa.
Hey, I mean, that's another episode. You see the cut. You see the cut in the glasses.
Yeah, so I think there's so much opportunity. We need to work towards becoming less of consumers and more of producers.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
that's a wrap for this portion of the interview. There'll be another follow up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking barefoot the rest of the day. And go
Doesn't
get some
it feel
ice
so
cream. Yeah,
good?
it feels great.